Hey everyone, welcome back to Danganronpa. We are ready for the trial.
It's trial time, everyone.
Yeah! Alright, let's go through. We're gonna go through the handbook and read about all of our truth bullets, and then we're gonna take a look at those skills that T-RIS is very excited about.
I know, I want to see who has these skills.
But first, we have our truth bullets. There's 18 of them.
That's quite a lot.
So we have Monokuma File 1. The victim was Sayaka Maizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. The death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen, and her right wrist appears to have been fractured. Evidence of a struggle. There are a number of scratches and gouges on the bed and in Makoto's room. Replica sword. Makoto took this from the gym entryway and put it in his room. The sword was found out of its sheath on the floor in the middle of the room. In the floor.
It was clipping into the floor, it's fine.
Yeah,
we don't worry about that.
This game is perfectly coded. The sword handle was missing some of the gold coating as well as was part of the blade. Replica sword sheath. Makoto took this from the gym entryway and put it in his room. The sheath is found some distance from the sword itself, and it shows evidence of being scratched with a sharp object. If you're going to attack someone with a sword, you would almost certainly remove the sheath first. Switching rooms. On the night of the murder, Makoto and Sayaka traded rooms and room keys. When the victim was discovered, his room key was also found in Makoto's room. Sayaka had originally asked Makoto to switch with her when someone attempted to force their way into her room and she became frightened. Toolkit. This had been placed in Makoto's room before he arrived. It remains unopened, and there is no evidence of it having ever been used. All of the other male students claim that they haven't used theirs either, but still... Makoto's room...
Still.
Right? Makoto's room's cleanliness. Not a single hair was found on the floor at the scene of the crime. In addition, the lint roller shows evidence of being used. Sayaka's wrist. Sayaka's right wrist has been fractured, and her wrist was glittery at the injury's location. In addition, her hands appear to be completely clean, except for the index finger of her left hand, which has some blood on it. Dying message. A series of numbers had been written in blood on Makoto's bathroom wall, 11037. It is assumed that Sayaka wrote these numbers while leaned up against the wall as she lay dying. Makoto's bathroom door was difficult to open due to it not quite fitting in the frame properly. The only two people who knew the trick to opening it were Makoto, the room's owner, and Sayaka, the victim.
We have the door frame, and then we have the door knob.
Makoto's bathroom doorknob had been broken. The screws holding it in place had all been partially or completely removed. Dorm nameplates. The nameplates on the doors to Sayaka and Makoto's rooms were apparently switched at some point. Kitchen knife set. The kitchen in the dining hall had a set of kitchen knives. Apparently, one of the knives had gone missing. Account. The knife from the kitchen went missing while Aoi was in the dining hall. Aoi swears that Makoto did not come to the dining hall at any point while she was there. Trash duty. There's apparently a trash room within the school. I love that the word apparently is there.
Apparently.
Like we haven't actually been there. There's apparently one there, but we haven't been there yet. It's blocked off by a sturdy gate that can only be opened with the trash room key. Incinerator. The incinerator can be activated via switch on the machine. Hifumi was on cleaning duty, and he claims the last time he saw the incinerator, it was off. However, when Makoto checked it after the incident, the incinerator was in fact on. The distance from the gate to the incinerator is roughly 30 feet. Burnt shirt piece. A piece of burnt clothing was found next to the incinerator in the trash room. It is apparently part of a shirt cuff, and it has a noticeable blood stain on it. Shattered crystal ball. Shards of glass were found next to the incinerator in the trash room. As it turns out, the glass ball would have fit comfortably in the palm of a person's hands. Apparently, Yasuhiro left the ball in the laundry room on accident, so anyone could have come along and taken it. And that's it for our truth bullets.
Got quite a few of them.
And skills. Hooray!
We got nothing.
Hooray! We have Robot Jock.
Robot Jock.
Increases your truth bullet rate of fire, effective during the non-stop debate and the bullet time battle final strike.
Interesting.
Melodious voice. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during the bullet time battle. And that's it.
Alright, well we only got 2 for now. One is being able to sing, and then the other one is... I really got nothing for Robot Jock.
We're a jock, but also a robot. Alright, so we'll
Yeah,
equip both
there
of
you
those,
go.
because we don't have anything else to equip for it. And yeah, we ready?
I'm ready.
Finish preparations!
Finish.
Class trial, all rise!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Right?
Of course!
Yeah, that sounds legit.
Yeah, I'm not super convinced by what he's saying there.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Yeah.
Let me know how that's gonna work out for you there, Eyebrows.
Yeah.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick?
No.
Maybe?
What's going on with those pictures?
I'd
We
feel
just need to be
awful if
reminded
they
of this,
got
Dad.
left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Emma, shut the fuck up.
Just stop talking. Let us decide the fate of the blackened.
Friendship penetrates?
And this is why we
You
told
can
you to
also
shut
shut
up.
the fuck up. You can also shut the fuck up.
In fact, you can
Please.
get the heck out. We'll figure this out without you.
Yeah, we don't need you here.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
Technically.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I notice, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line.
My voice mostly gets a break during this. I don't have to voice all the characters. And you get to hear the proper voices instead of my terrible voice acting.
Now, you have great voice acting. 10 out of 10.
Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more?
Not at all.
No?
I mean, maybe. Should we? Absolutely.
You should
For
hear about it.
content.
As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. Can I just point out that people just keep disappearing and reappearing in this?
This is a very quality designed game.
They're just poof, gone and appear. Anyway. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation are loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. ... Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun.
GLHF.
Make your argument. Oh good. I have a truth bullet. It's evidence of a struggle.
Okay.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Thanks.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
No.
She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No.
So, as you can see, you go through there, and this is really trying to hold your hand so it helps you. But you're looking for any of those, like, yellow lines, the yellow worded statements, and those are the ones that you can shoot with truth bullets.
Okay. Huh? There's something odd about that last statement. It definitely contradicts what I already know.
And then if you see up in, like, the top right corner, you got the timer. Your hearts are there for your health, and then the stars are your focus gauge, which I think they'll explain later.
Interesting.
For this first debate, we'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words appear in a different color, as you happen to notice. That represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. These weak spots reveal important, though not always inaccurate, sections of a person's statement. Your truth are only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. Also, you can fast forward an argument by holding down the control key. Well then, good luck and have fun.
GLHF again.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Sure.
Yeah, we know. And the murder took
In the bathroom. So it seemed the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bath. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong.
Objection!
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
Remember my room.
Remember.
All that time you spent in it.
I don't even think she's seen my room.
Probably not.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom? She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Yakuya, don't be rude to Chihiro. It will murder you myself.
This is the tutorial. We have to go through the obvious stuff.
Sorry.
Aww.
Don't make her cry.
I love Chihiro.
Okay,
She's
so
baby.
what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon. Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
You know, every time you talk,
I just want to throw him in the incinerator.
he wouldn't fit.
He wouldn't. He really wouldn't. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka.
They like to do the weird, awkward, like, zoom out fisheye lens back into Makoto. They do that a lot, by the way.
We need to make sure that we know that this is going on in his head right now.
More debate.
Kitchen knife set.
So what was used to kill her?
You.
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
Pew!
How could anyone do something like that? That son of a bitch!
Hold on. I feel like what I just heard is different from what I already know.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of without a doubt.
So the killer used some random knife.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
The hand holding happens at the beginning.
It's our first trial.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sorta see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
Sorta.
You could.
Only sorta.
Only a little bit.
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Oh, Kyoko.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that? ...
She's right. There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer.
Do you? Are you sure?
I mean, there's always a chance that I just blacked out and killed her in the middle of the night, but...
There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more?
Sure. Let's see what else there is to learn.
You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you're concentrating, time will slow down, so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun!
So can you miss the statement?
Yeah.
Like, can you miss your shot?
I mean, you can miss it and then it'll just repeat later.
Okay.
Also, the music playing right now, this is my alarm clock.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret, when nobody was in the dining hall. And then he went and stabbed Sayaka with it.
So he really did do it.
Yes, and then it's been decided. We've reached the end.
I just wanted to shoot it from
I didn't take the kitchen knife, but no matter how many times I repeat myself, you won't believe me. If only there were proof.
So I guess there's no question that. But where does that?
Makoto must have. He did it in secret.
No, that's wrong.
Eventually, you'll actually get to make a decision of what we want to shoot.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives are still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone.
So you're saying that the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
No way.
No way.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
The idiot swimmer girl.
That's not very nice to say about her.
idiot swimmer girl! Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
More importantly, but this is the second thing that I'm going to bring up. The first thing I'm going to call out is the idiot swimmer girl comment.
I would bring that up too.
Actually more important.
To her being insulted.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Valid point.
Ugh, good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Silly bear.
Tricks are for kids.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Yeah, you tell him, Makoto.
At least he's standing up for himself.
You may be a basic bitch, but you're not the killer.
True that.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing. Hina never did say who actually did go in there.
If she saw anyone at all.
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
I don't know if the sound messes up for you, like stutters for a bit, but I feel like 90% of the time it happens when Celeste talks.
I mean, I occasionally get that, but I assume it's just Discord.
I think Celeste is actually a robot.
She might be. Maybe she's the actual robot jock.
I mean, have you seen the hair? Whose hair
Robot lolly.
spirals like that?
She's got to have a really massive hair curler.
No way!
That as a
I swear it wasn't me!
Sorry, what was that?
I said she could probably use it as a bludgeoning weapon.
Her massive hair curler?
Yes.
So if someone dies from a bludgeoning weapon, we know it might be her.
Yeah, we'll keep that in the back of our minds.
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
Oh.
That's
you
right.
gotta say Sakura.
Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
Wow.
Way to
That's
not
rude.
pay attention to your classmates there, Leon.
Right?
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
Yeah, Mondo.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
Oh.
Oh.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over.
Just asked her, huh? No offense, Hina, but Sakura looks like she would break you.
I mean, maybe that's what she's into.
Being broken like a twig?
Maybe. I can see her being like, Sakura, step on me.
Which means we have airtight alibis.
Airtight.
Airtight.
Alib eyes.
Alib eyes.
Alib is.
Alib is.
Awkward spacing again.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
Taka, come on.
Eyebrows, please. I know we've talked about him having big eyebrows, but are they so big that they're just, like, obscuring his vision?
They might be.
But
maybe
I'm a
they
girl.
just need to be wipers. Wipe his eyes clear.
But I'm a girl. I just love that Sakura has to point that out.
What? You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
Yeah, you better apologize. We don't
Yeah.
take to misgendering around here.
There may be an empty spot where Junko was supposed to stand right next to you, but Sakura could still reach over you and snap your neck.
Oh, easily.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true! One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
I'm on Byakuya's side on this one.
She's too busy thinking about gay thoughts.
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka?
Where's Sayaka?
Where's Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was... Sayaka.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
Straight to the kitchen.
Straight to the kitchen.
Straight. Everything you're not. I mean, what?
True.
As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
Then the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it?
Byakuya doesn't sound convinced.
I mean, that pretty much covers it.
In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Dun dun dun!
Aw, shit.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
I'm not sure I like her, like, smug smile there.
Yeah, it kind of makes me a little bit nervous. But, like, not in a good way.
Uncomfortably nervous.
Yes.
No! You're wrong!
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
And Fumi, what did I say about talking?
Do you even know what you're talking about? Do you even know what's happening around you in the real world?
Do you even know who you are?
I don't think he does.
You possess a most terrifying talent.
Not as terrifying as you.
Ultimate fanfic creator.
Yikes. Damn. If I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
No, not everyone.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Your corn hair.
Yeah, that is very bewildering.
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there.
Missing?
Missing?
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Do you?
Evidence? Hair?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more?
Sure.
As things advance further in the class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the mouse to aim, then press the left mouse button to shoot the desired letter. ... If you shoot down the wrong letter, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, or if you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun!
Oh boy. Something that should have been at the scene but wasn't. That must be a crucial point. If we could just figure out what that something is.
Alright, you got 4 letters, the third letter is an I.
Hair?
Oh. Looks like hello?
Now I understand!
It was hair.
Now I understand!
That's right! There wasn't a single hair on the floor!
Taka, what are you pointing at?
So,
That the fact
the
that there was
culprit
no hair.
removed some evidence?
Yes, and if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes
Oh, like,
sense,
who cares?
does it
Because she
not?
was already dead in the bathroom.
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Thank you, Kyoko.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true!
Ifumi. Got a
He's
favor
just-
to ask of you.
He's just pretending to be relevant.
Ifumi, I got a favor to ask of you. Can you go grab that kitchen knife and test its sharpness on yourself?
Please. In fact, test all 5 of them.
Like, this is important information. This is a job only you can do. I have faith that you can accomplish this job. Please,
I mean,
test the sharpness of the kitchen knives.
He's probably got enough protection on his body to prevent himself from being, from hitting the internal organs.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Kyoko is also a robot.
A little bit, yeah.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
No.
Thank you guys for finally deducting this.
But are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
You wouldn't know about absence of hair, would you, Eyebrows?
Not even at all.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
I would too.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
There was blood. Lots of blood.
Lots and lots and lots of blood.
A lot
And a
more,
dead body.
A lot more blood than you would expect from just a simple stab wound to the chest.
Definitely.
But, game.
I mean, how many chest or knife wounds to the chest have you seen?
Fair.
Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
Oh, Mondo's turning into a robot. They're all becoming infected. They're all becoming robot jocks.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Do you remember?
I mean, I remember the doorknob. Oh, yeah, we gotta go find the doorknob.
Yep, killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is...
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
No, not Makoto.
Doorknob.
Doorknob. No, it's duel. You said it wrong, Makoto.
Maybe
It's not.
he's not
It's
a
time
fan.
to doorknob. It's time to duel.
It's time to duel for the doorknob.
For the door. Oh, I was wrong.
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The one on your head.
The doorknob for my
Doorknob, do you
bathroom.
think?
It was completely broken.
I wouldn't say completely broken.
It
See
was
how the top
completely
part
not
was
where it
unscrewed?
was supposed to be.
And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
I mean, the screws are actually still there.
It's just, you know, slightly off from where it's supposed to be.
It's fine, right? There's nothing odd about that.
Yeah, no, that's totally normal. They just do that.
Doorknobs just do that sometimes. One of the
biggie.
screws gets tired.
It just decides to stop being screwed.
Oh, yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
I like her smile. Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here?
There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Let's find out more. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun!
GLOHF.
So let's see. Truth bullet is bathroom door frame, but which do we shoot?
Let's find out.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Shoot Kyoko.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
That'll be it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
And to finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it! We already know the answer.
It's obvious that my bathroom door wouldn't open. But the real reason for that is...
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
that Sayaka locked the
Sayaka
door.
was first attacked in the...
She then fled into the... Then the killer ran, and they got into the back. At that point, the killer had to try...
Because Sayaka had locked it.
Boom.
No, that's wrong.
There ain't no lock on my door.
No, that's wrong.
The reason my
get ready to
bathroom
give that a
didn't
lie.
open wasn't because it was locked.
Because yeah, it... No, that's wrong! Yeah,
No.
That's a meme for Danganronpa.
Excellent.
After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right.
Womp womp.
Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be.
Thanks, Bear.
But you know,
Can we just
you're
use
supposed
him
to
for
be the
everything
ultimate
else?
lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
Yeah, can we just have him tell us who killed it, and then we'll just move on? It's fine.
Yeah, he knows all the answers.
He knows all, he sees all, he bears all.
Stop.
No, literally, he's bearing all, he's not wearing any clothes.
I mean, does fur count as clothes?
Look, I'll tell you when you're older.
Oh. My.
That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck.
Kyoko, stop being a robot jock.
Door.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
One important detail? Something the killer didn't know. For some reason, they were convinced the door was locked. Which means the important detail the killer didn't know was the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
Hifumi, why do you assume it was a guy?
True.
Girls can kill too!
Apparently nobody thinks that girls can kill.
Apparently.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
He doesn't like to admit he's wrong.
He's so reluctant.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
She also doesn't like to admit she's wrong.
I mean, she's been on the Makoto did it since it happened. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
Let's go back to Taka's plan. Raise your hand if you did it.
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
Shut the fuck up.
Ifumi. Remember about those kitchen knives? Why haven't you done that yet?
But
I think it's because he's
what
required to
happens
be
if
here.
we can't decide on who we think did it?
Yeah, he is. And that's the unfortunate part.
It is.
Well then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Taka.
Majority
He just
rules?
wants to get this
You really
over
think
with.
that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
You're fun.
For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you.
Wow. No love for Hina.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Hina, you're turning into a robot.
It's a trial of robots.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Shut up.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room... I already have that answer. It's because of... maybe switching rooms? What's underneath switching rooms? Is there anything about them talking about it?
On the night of the murder, Makoto and Sayaka traded rooms and room keys. When the victim was discovered, Makoto's room key was also found in Makoto's room. Sayaka had originally asked Makoto to switch with her when someone attempted to force their way into the room, and she became frightened.
Is there something else that explains that they talked about not opening the door?
I don't know.
Does switching nameplates have anything? Dorm nameplates?
Nameplates
No,
on the
not
doors were
interesting.
patched.
Okay, I guess we'll just go with the switcheroo.
She gonna try switching rooms?
Yeah.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone.
Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Oh?
Imagine not being scared of somebody trying to get into your room.
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two, in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the room wrong, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
Mondo looks like frustrated.
Me too, dude.
Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then, that note... Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course,
Could've been to a
I'm
girl.
only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
I mean, he's right. I guess.
For once, his odd, weird obsessions might actually clear his name.
Unfortunately. Fortunately.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Not really.
I'm a little curious. She hasn't really brought up anything useful yet.
She's just proven that there's robots here.
Yeah.
And the fact that she has a giant, massive hair curler that can be used as a bludgeoning weapon.
Yep, and that's all we know so far.
And that's all we're gonna know for this episode. That's right, we're gonna wait to hear what she
snap.
says to the next one. And actually,
You gotta wait, Celeste.
we're gonna wait to see if people want to hear what she says until the next one.
There you go.
Yeah, the
If you don't
child.
want to hear what she says, then just stop watching.
Just stop watching. Go on with your life.
Yeah.
If you do want to hear what she says, well, until the next episode, or click on the next episode right now if you're watching this well after they've been uploaded. Either way,
Your choice. Do something with your life that's not murdering people.
preferably don't. Do not murder the ultimate pop sensation in someone else's bathroom.
Yeah, very ill-advised.
Yeah. Also, don't have hair as long and curly as Celeste.
Unless you have a very massive hair curler.
In which case, you better use it as a bludgeoning weapon.
That's the only actual use for it.
Alrighty, yeah, the trial episodes are going to go a little bit longer to get through as much as we can, but we're still going to have to cut it at some point because people do still have lives and can't sit and watch a trial for, you know, however long the trial goes on for. So we're going to split it up a little bit. I know I've played through it and I may not have gotten quite the halfway mark, but I think I'm getting close-ish? I don't remember. It has been a while since I played it.
We're getting there.
We're getting
in the middle.
there.
We're in the midst.
Yeah, I think it was Monokuma that killed him.
I mean, there's a chance that could be the case.
Monokuma has already proven himself a killer by killing Junko.
He has, and he also proved that he can show up anywhere at any point without having to force himself in.
Exactly. I don't know. Monokuma's very suspicious.
Very sus.
Alrighty, we will see you guys in the next episode where we continue this trial. Until then, take care.
See y'all later.